extremely close there. I've tried to get you a message out numerous times today, but the only way we're going to do that is by going live, because I have no storage whatsoever on my phone. And I don't know how to solve it. I don't think it's meant to be solved. I think we're meant to just go live. So you have me here in the moment. I have a hot water bottle with me to keep me nice and warm. Okay, so I've tried a couple of times to get a message out. I did have a 23-second little short that wouldn't even upload. And I explained in that I don't think I've got long because of my storage. So I'm playing with balls here. And all it said was tap into your dragon spirit. That was what the message was, but I couldn't even get that out to you. So I'm just going to pull some cards, not be distracted by the fact that we're live. We're going to have a look into the Psychic Tarot. Let's see what's going on. Patience as we watch things grow. Okay, Temperance here. I was going to say it's nice and warm in my belly, but it's nice and warm on my lap. It sounds like, you know, when like you can hear a water in your belly. Let's pull some cards. Let's have a nice little Sunday service together. Okay. Obstacles and challenges. I do feel that this is in the area. This is in the area. Obstacles and challenges. That's why I feel it's important that we talk, but there's something blocking us from talking. I did think about doing a reading outside, but again, couldn't do anything with my camera. I did see that there was a wasp on the fence. And I thought, okay, you're trying to block me, but I feel I want to get a message out. How can I speak to the masculines here when it feels like the karmic's blocking communication? Well, for me, that makes me even more adamant that I'm going to get a message out. I'm going to try my hardest to get a message out, not allow some karmic interference to deter what needs to be said. Like right now, in this moment. Let's have a look at this other card. Partnerships and alliances. Why? Because that's what we do. Sacrifice with the feminine energy here. The rainbow. It's like leaving the trail. Okay. Leaving the trail. It's like leading the trail. This is partnerships here. Alliances. I've got you. I got you under my skin. We know that. We've experienced that this week. It's nice and warm, isn't it? Nice and toasty warm. Okay, so we can see the throat chakra here. And we can see some feet that kind of want to cross over to the other side. The gap doesn't look that big. It's like there's a portal here. Important message. Looks to me like the feminine hand is coming out, like to help. To pull the masculine up here. You raise me up. Okay, I've got raise your vibration here. Let's just have a flick through the book. I've already tried reading from this book today. Okay. Vibe of the day. It's time to acknowledge that it's time to acknowledge that you are a higher free. Let's just slow down. Okay, this is interesting. It's time to acknowledge that you are a higher energy living in a physical body. You are a soul having a human experience. Go to the mirror and look directly into your eyes. See the light inside your eyes. See that there is an eternal love behind those eyes. Gaze lovingly into those eyes and know they are the mirror of your soul. And when you are ready, set this intention. I am ready to see the light of my soul. I am ready to see who I truly am. I am ready to see this light in all of humanity. I am ready to see, and so it is. Enjoy this moment, breathe a lot, and breathe it out. Know that you are creating deep shifts in your vision. That just stirred the boy. I've got Jasper up here. He's laying on my dressing gown, which is like clouds. White fluffy clouds on a pink background. Okay, it is my spiritual right to see the light of my soul. I'll show you, I can't show you, I'll tell you what I saw this morning. In the bottom of this coffee cup is my reflection staring back at me from the inside. But I didn't feel like it was my reflection. I felt like it was my divine masculine's reflection. Looked like he was in a deep tunnel there. I can't show you. I mean, I don't have much coffee left, so I can experience this now in the moment. Looking, I could just see his eyes. Okay. What's interesting are these are both wand cards, wands, which takes me to the spiritual realm. I want to say physical, but it's not really the sign of physical. It's more a sign of excitement, adventure. It's a feeling. So it's like I've got a feeling that you're following me. You're seeing the signs. It's like helping you out through the murky water. Right, let's get to another one of these cards. I read from that book. I did. We'll have a look at your sacred destiny after I pull one more card here. The third eye chakra. Card number 6, and my ears are ringing. Okay. Now, thank you for taking me back to this. The chapter, which I don't think I said to you because I turned the page, but as I looked up, I saw that the chapter was called See. The third eye chakra. It just takes me to the colouring here around the edges, which, my goodness, my ears are really ringing, denotes the wands energy. Energetic. Okay. Energetically seeing. Let's read this card. I've opened up, I was just taken then to quickly add up the numbers, but then I opened the book and I've taken to the number 6. Memories of love is what I opened up to. But we can add these up. It comes to 14, which is temperance, patience. Just open to the heart chakra. Let's have a look at the third eye. Okay, that's interesting. Because before the third eye is the throat chakra. So in a way, it's seeing that there's a block in communication. How do we overcome this? Keywords, I see. This is the most talked about of all the chakras, the clairvoyance, inner seeing, intuition and higher levels of consciousness are all associated with this energy center. Found between your eyebrows and just above the bridge of your nose, it works closely with the throat and crown chakras and will assist you with your psychic and intuitive inner guidance. To balance, which is temperance, that's what temperance does, is balances out these energies. To balance the third eye chakra, I recommend that you practice walking meditations, breath work, yoga, tai chi, visualizations, and colour therapy. Don't just focus on this one chakra as part of your development, as it's very important. It just says it's important. I believe it's very important to remember that they should all be in balance in order to work in unison and harmony. Okay. Ooh, well, that's kind of like aligned above me, isn't it? Complements my hair colour, the grey. Let's go to Sacred Destiny. I feel like I've got the cat beside me, but he's stretching. He's over there. He is asleep though. Okay. He's stretching, but he is asleep. So that's kind of like stretching. Okay, I get. I'm just going to tell you what, like, that took me to. For one, I felt he was awakening, spiritually, stretching. But when a cat wakes up, if you notice, they kind of stretch into their body. And that, I believe, is their soul kind of regaining consciousness with their body. Because when they're sleeping, they're in a different realm, aren't they? I've been having that message come through that a lot happens when I sleep. A lot happens energetically. When I couldn't get a reading out to you, all I could hear was, just go to sleep, Lucy. So I don't want to go to sleep. I've got like things I want to be getting on with today. Not I want to be, I'm going to be. So there's other things to focus on today, but I want to do this. Let's have a look at the Sacred Destiny Oracle cards. Delight. Groove is in the heart. Heart. Okay. Little birdies, they were such a delightful experience this morning. Jasper's really stretching his leg out now. I felt the energy of them saying like, good morning, beautiful, and just like chatting to me. I mean, there was a lot more to what I shared. It was quite a delight. Where's the book to this? That's a beautiful card. Groove is in the heart. Okay, this says sparrows in spring grass. The sparrow gains its power from its numbers. Told me to add it up. Okay. At one point along the line, there was like 10, I was counting them. 10 little birdies all in a row. And they kept swapping over, like who would take the head. The head of the pole. The sparrow gains its powers from its numbers. In clusters, sparrows eat and forage, and predators are distracted and deterred, even intimidated by their numbers. Security and joy in numbers is a lesson of the sparrow. Within their community, sparrows are always busy, living life fully. Many cultures align the meaning of the sparrow with joy, and in the Middle Ages, that's where I am in middle-aged, the sparrow was thought to relieve suffering, help one triumph over hardships, and bring joy. Okay, the sacred landscape wants you to know, delight is expanding in your life. Clap your hands with glee. Spend time with others. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing later in the garden. But we're going to be having our Sunday roast, which I need to go and buy and then prepare and cook and then deliver to my beautiful children. So clap your hands with glee, spend time with others, go to a community gathering, host a party. The joy you experience will give birth to immense creativity and your life will blossom. Share your happiness and elation with others and it will grow by leaps and bounds. This isn't the time to be serious or buckle down and get to work. This is a time to be spontaneous and madcap. Do not make... This looks like a madcap, doesn't it? Do not make hard and fast commitments. Don't sign any legal documents or make any pledges right now. Don't make any promises or you might not be able to keep them. Give yourself permission to have fun, lots of fun, especially in community with others. Okay, that's what's on the agenda today. Go have some fun. Go spend time with your loved ones. Okay. I see what's going on. What's going on? I feel like the energy of, because this is like quite a serious card here, but I see that the Divine Feminine is like living joy. You can go through the song Dreamer. Am I a dreamer? Am I a dreamer? It's time to visualize. It's time to start living the life that you visualize, that you've already visualized, and just carry the visualization on in the moment by moment. Anyway, let's carry on. You want me to look at the bottom of the deck? Where are the cards? Over here. Simplicity. When I was walking in from the garden earlier, I just kept seeing these like white feathers and it's going, angels are with me, angels are with me. It's just a nice, joyous energy this morning. It's a good morning energy. Simplicity. This chair's a bit creaky. White feather. Imagine a single white feather illuminated against a blue sky, wafting on warm air currents as it floats to the earth with simplicity and grace. Both Native Americans and Egyptians thought feathers were messages from the sky gods. Chiefs would wear feathers to symbolize their communion with the Creator, and it was believed that when one wore feathers on one's head, messages from a human could travel to spirit. Likewise, messages and energy from the spiritual realms could travel back down to the human through the hollow shaft of a feather. Feathers were also wafted through the air to cleanse and purify a space. Okay, the sacred landscape wants you to know, to find a sacred simplicity and have clarity in your life, do only what matters. Release everything else. Simplify your life, scan all areas and clear both internal and external clutter. Rest, rejuvenate, and only participate in what is truly important to you. Relinquish everything else. Do not delay. Do it now. When your life is cluttered with objects, relationships, time constraints, and emotions, there's no room for spirit. There is too much static. My hair. It will calm down. There is too much static. And too much stuff to connect to your soul. The smallest amount of clutter clearing can make the biggest difference. What happened to my voice? I feel it's quite a fun energy. Okay. What's a care in the world? It's Sunday, for God's sake. Rest. Do what you should do on Sundays. Chill out. It takes me to the 7th day. Why is it a day of rest? Because that's a day that God sat back and admired all that he had created. And the day before, I believe he had created humans. Okay. Man. Heal yourself. Reading card. Intuitive guidance to transform your soul. Just reminded, it has my hot water bottle doing very nice. Thank you. Oh, it's a bit colder on that side. Okay. We're warming up the balls. Oh dear. It says here Rockpool Publishing, but I felt the energy of being at rock bottom and like trying to raise your energy with humour. I'm not coming like down there. I could try to raise you up. Sadness, but I don't want to kind of join this energy here. So let's read about sadness. Card number 5. It's easy to swallow your sadness and hide behind a fake smile. I didn't feel sad. Yet sadness can open the door to your heart and help you access compassion. When you can truly allow yourself to cry and feel sorrow over the loss of a loved one. Oh, hold on. I did have a moment though. But it feels like since I understand, I recognise that when I cry and I allow myself to feel my sadness, that the energy totally shifts and then all these good like things come in. And it's like, remind you why you have no reason really to feel sad. But we do suppress, and I know that that's not good for you. And with my back pain, I've been kind of looking at, am I actually suppressing anything? So I did have a good cry. Okay. But I'm like not feeling sad in this moment, far from it. So it's easy to swallow your sadness and hide behind a fake smile, yet sadness can open the door to your heart and help you access compassion. When you can truly allow yourself to cry and feel sorrow over the loss of a loved one, a lost opportunity, a broken heart, or a friendship that's ended, you cleanse your soul and allow your heart to heal. Crying and feeling vulnerable can be a sign of strength which demonstrates your connection to your body. To admit weakness can allow you to know yourself, embrace your limitations, and evolve. Be willing to let go of the cold walls of protection you have created, which make you feel empty and sick. You don't need to get lost in your emotions, just give yourself time to feel them and let them move through your whole being, cleansing and purifying your heart, body and soul. Okay, the action steps. Relax your body. Place your hands at your heart and ask yourself where I'm holding onto feelings of loss, grief and sadness. Have you frozen your tears and cut yourself off from your feelings because you are afraid to face a person or a situation? Put on some music or a song that touches you and imagine taking off the layers of protection from your heart. Then rub your hands together for 30 seconds. Place your hands next to each other, palms inwards, and imagine holding a bright yellow ball of light in between your palms. Place your hands on your heart and allow this yellow light to dissolve any iciness in your heart. That's really interesting because last night, the pain on my back, although I had other people like working on it for me energetically, I still visualized, I think it was last night, unless it was this morning. I mean, concept of time, straight out the window. But I was rubbing my hands together and using the heat. Not actually touching myself, but using it energetically to heal. Okay. Because I felt a lot of built up energy, tension. Right, I don't know why I threw that card over there. I get to see the eyes, don't I? You could tell a lot, can't you, by looking into somebody's eyes. Let's go to the journey of love. Okay, I'm going to ask where the masculines are on the journey of love. The light field. We had this message the other day. Okay. So this is about connecting energetically. You are very open to the other side, and yesterday the card wide open came out in the reading with the feminine kind of layer wide open, you are very open to the other side. The veil that separates the worlds is very fine for you, for there is much love in your heart, and love exists beyond all barriers, including those of time, distance, and even death. If you wish to communicate with those that have passed on, do so through your heart. If you want to communicate energetically with your beloved, even though you are separated in physical location, then you can do so now. If your physical abilities are opening and you need confirmation or reassurance, accept this message of guidance as being such. Those who have passed on, those who have passed, can be received fully and peacefully into the light, and your love guides them home. The messages that you sense in your own heart that come from unconditional love, that uplift and reassure, can be trusted. The light is so close to you, beloved, it surrounds you as a glow from within. This oracle brings you guidance that you are connecting with a field of awareness that is real, and that you are protected by light as you do so. It is confirming that there is nothing for you to fear, and that those that have passed on or will pass on in future will always be safely held in love. It is also confirmation that there are very real bonds that connect you to your loved ones, past, present, and future, that are beyond the confines of time and space. My eyesight has gone all blurry now. Okay. You know, like if you was to like go cross your eyes, boss-eyed. Is it boss-eyed? Cross-eyed. Yeah. Okay. When I'm in love, I am not afraid to be any part of me. I let it all be free for the world to know. And when I'm ready to love, I will create a reflection of who I am. And we will shed our fears, complete our past, and trust love to be our guide. Then it's time for the sensual awakening. I was going to say the sensual feasting. Shall we carry on? Yeah, let's carry on. For sure, for sure. I'm just wondering what cards to use. Let's have a look and see what the Channel of Love cards want to say. Oh, I was going to get another card for the feminine. Let's look at the Channel of Love cards first. I've got chills down my arms. I got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control. 'Cause the power you're supplying, it's electrifying. The ego turns to God. I do want to say it's about time. It is the time that the ego turns to God. Let's go to the Journey of Love cards. You better shape up, 'cause I need a man, and my heart is set on you. Okay. The spaces between the words. $24. We've got to turn the page, come on. When we look for guidance, we often look for words that clarify, reassure, and help us find our authentic path through the chaos. Yet there is also guidance in the spaces between the words, between each letter, between all the happenings in our lives, where there is nothing to be said, where there are no lines to be coloured in, when there is just openness. Those are the times when we need to freestyle. We need to do or not do based on what is happening for us right in the moment. Often there is far less to do than we think. Often we don't need to think. There is a space forming around you now. Sometimes when we sense this subconsciously, we feel exhilarated and excited, anxious and nervous, and not even sure why. There is a sense perhaps that we wouldn't mind having a map of this unknown terrain, or perhaps we are happy to wing it and make it up as we go. Either way, there is space to just be. It is the receiver for the divine presence. If you have a lot of space of unknowing around you now or within you, then just know that there is a lot of divine presence to be received. It can't be explained really. It happens between the words, and without it there wouldn't be any words, any guidance at all. Okay, the oracle speaks to you. Enter the space and let go, for your time to receive is upon you. Be blessed. Day birth. The eastern rise of time on newborn wings bursts out across the lifeless crowd and sings its climb to heights unknown of beauty, warmth, and the power upon its throne, to fade again in western sky and only for a moment lie before it takes its course again, to breathe once more in heart of man. Page number 66. Clickety click. Okay, let's finish with a Rumi message. I have no coffee left, so there's no reason to pick up the coffee cup. My, this chair is squeaky. I feel like my belly may rumble quite loud. Let's get this message out. Okay, this one. Okay, we had this one before, haven't we? We've had this one recently. The dissolving light. I died as mineral and became a plant. I died as plant and rose to animal. I died as animal and I became human. Why should I fear anything? When was I ever less by dying? Rumi. Dare to take my hand and become set alight with holy fire, my cherished one. Step forward with me, let us burn together, dissembled in the light that cannot be extinguished. And this is the light that burns with such incandescent truth that no falsehood can withstand its audacious vibrancy. Come with me, come with me now to the light, and together we shall melt into truth. There is a light so intense, so powerful, that nothing other than itself, its own truth, can exist in its presence. It is the sacred seed, the star of your being, lit up from within. It is the light that never goes out. It is the light that is so powerful, it is beyond duality of light and dark, cannot ever be extinguished or diminished, and quite simply, beyond all logic, just is. Certainly no lie or deception, no boundary or defence can remain intact in its presence. The blazing divinity of this light sears through any pretense, annihilates illusions, and takes us into stark experience of divine truth. It is gentleness, and yet it cannot be overcome. It is enduring power, and yet it is tender. Though you seek the divine, and even know it as love, you also know that it is fierce, wild, inexplicable, and demanding beyond all measure. It wants you completely, utterly, without condition. There will be times in your life, such as now, when there is something not worthy of you that must be released. This is a falsehood, a lie or deception of some sort that you have come to believe about yourself, your life, or perhaps even another. You may know what that deception is, or it may be about to be unveiled. It is not a cause for concern, or it is not a cause for fear or concern, but for celebration. An illusion has or soon will be released, and you shall become freer, free in a way that only truth can provide. This oracle comes to you as a sign of that which is to come, and soon. The beloved divine presence is calling to you, igniting within your deepest being, so that it may have its way with you. The divine wishes to live through you and into the world, reaching into the hearts of many, and igniting those hearts into greater life. It is a clever and insatiable lover. It will stop at nothing until the entire human race is restored to the wild divine freedom of ecstatic divine reunion, completely and utterly ignited in love. And so the great lover, the divine, calls for you to enter into the white-hot field of its passionate presence. There will be sizzle and burn. It cannot be otherwise. In the height of summer, you cast aside the layers of clothing you acquire in the winter, and this is natural. You do not think twice about it. As you approach the radiant sun of divinity, your emotional and psychological layers are to be shed too, for they are too heavy for the heat of the great spiritual sun. What cannot stand the heavenly heat is to be cast aside swiftly by conscious choice, or shall simply burn up, dissolving in the light and melting away. What is left shall be what is true. So here is your guidance, sweet lover of the great beloved. Give it up, the smallness, the conditions, the fears and doubts, the lack of reverence for yourself and life, the belief that somehow things are not okay or aren't going to work out. This is all a paltry attempt at truth. You are coming into a truth now that is far more worthy of you, a truth with a capital T, the big truth, love, trust, surrender. I have such pain going up my back at the moment. Oh my goodness, come on, release. What you want, baby, I've got it. Okay. This is a sacred shedding without fear or holding back. Cast aside whatever would hold you back rather than free you to fly into your divine destiny. You are not to be the same from this moment on. That is the holy word, the word inscribed in living divine fire in your sacred heart. This oracle brings you guidance. Trust in your changing perspective and perceptions. Don't hold on to what you once believed or thought to be true. Allow yourself to be shown another version of events, another way of perceiving. Don't focus on what is not working in your current estimation of things, for that is nothing more than a passing opinion. You are being given an opportunity to see and know yourself, others, and particular life circumstances very differently. Embrace it. Don't resist what is being shown to you, for even if there are some struggles in adjusting your view at first, ultimately this change in perception will free you and bring you more deeply into the wellspring of your own inner peace and happiness. And I feel that that is enough for today. Okay. Right. We're out of time. We're out of time. I will catch up with you guys soon. Until then, take care. Much love. Bye for now.